What was your childhood like?
Don't you have the records?
I think it's best to hear from you firsthand. What was your childhood like?
It was alright. Nothing special.
Were you a happy child?
Kind of happy.
Well, what was your relationship with your parents like?
It was alright. Sometimes mom and dad would argue, but it was nothing serious. Happens to every family every once in a while.
And how did they treat you?
They treated me just fine, you know.
Did they ever threaten you with violence?
No. Sometimes mom and dad would shout at me, but they would never beat me. I never crossed the line.
What would that line be?
Just don't be a bad kid, that's all.
In what way bad?
Usually, respect your elders, don't beat the animals, things like that.
Did you ever beat an animal?
Fried ants, microscope glass, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
It's just that other times it was when I went fishing with my dad or chopped a turkey for Thanksgiving. That's all.
Did you have pets in the house?
No. We only had what we needed for the farm. I wasn't allowed to have cats or dogs. Too messy.
When the cops found you, you had a cat.
So, alright?
She's taken care of.
Good.
What was school like for you?
Nothing special.
What was your relationship with the other students?
Nothing special. Don't remember their names or faces. I tell you, they can walk down the street and I wouldn't recognize them. Are you one of them?
No. What were you like as a student?
Nothing special. Decent grades. Good at basketball. Didn't care for clubs though. Just wanted to have fun.
How did the other students treat you?
Don't remember.
You don't remember?
Don't remember. Life was a breeze for me. It's a memory now. Anyway, I don't care.
What if one of them hurt you?
I don't care. I don't remember anything.
You dropped out of school around senior year. Why?
Got bored. Wanted to do something with my life.
And what would that be?
Anything. As long as it wasn't school, I was happy.
In what way?
I felt useful, I feel I could, what's the word, contribute? Yeah, contribute something to the folks.
Like what?
I don't know.
You don't know what you wanted to contribute?
I don't remember.
How did your parents react to you dropping out of high school?
They didn't mind. They needed the money. Figured I could help.
But then you ran away. Why?
Didn't want to stick around, that's all.
Did you have somewhere in particular you wanted to go?
No.
Then why did you leave? Laura Desmond was found on the streets of New Orleans on June 26th. She was cut into multiple pieces, and the tools recovered at the scene of the crime did not have fingerprints. It was theorized that the murderer must have worn latex gloves and that the evidence had been scrubbed off with chlorine. You were 18 by that point, and she was 14. What happened?
Nothing special.
What do you mean?
I said she looked nice. Called me a creep. Kept insulting me. So I shut her up. That's all.
Couldn't you have ignored her and moved on?
She was too loud. People have come out and blamed me.
Why would they blame you?
They think I attacked her.
On February 7th, at an apartment in New York, the landlord complained about a smell. Sarah Kinney's body was found murdered in the same meticulous manner. You were 22. Why did you do it?
I invited her to my place. Given her some drinks and everything. I started touching her. She didn't want that. She threatened me and said she called the cops. So I shut her up.
Don't you think you should have just let her go?
I didn't want her to go.
Couldn't you have just apologized?
No.
And why'd you wait until you were 22 to commit another murder?
There was no reason to do it. It just didn't make sense.
When does it make sense to you?
And I think they deserve it.
In what way?
It makes sense, it's hard work, killing. It takes time and energy. I didn't have it those days.
If you had the time and energy you wanted, would you have killed more?
If I didn't like them, yeah.
Well, why'd you cut them up?
I practiced on cows way back at the farm. It's very precise, methodical. Thought I could possibly have a signature kill, maybe.
Why were all your victims women?
I ain't a faggot, okay?
And what about Thomas Robertson?
What about?
He was your last and only male victim, only a few days after Kinney. What did he do to make you kill him?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Stop.
Oh.
He bumped me.
Bumped you?
Yeah. You know he was a neighbor, right?
Yes.
He bumped into me every once in a while and would never apologize.
And you thought he meant it?
I don't know.
Go on.
So, what happened was I actually did make him say sorry 4 times exactly. Just like he bumped me 4 times. But the thing is that afterwards, the body just kept moving, and the guy kept breathing, kept moaning, and he just wouldn't stop.
What makes him different from the others?
The others, I had to shut them up, okay? But this guy, I wanted him to say something. And he said it, and I'm very grateful for that, but he couldn't stop.
He was in pain. And you caused him pain.
Yeah, I heard him, but I never meant to torture him.
Well, that makes all the difference in the world.
Would you have left him to die slowly?
If I was a slightly intelligent killer, probably not.
Be honest with me. Does any of this make any sense to you?
Trust me, at this point in my career, everything that comes out of you people's mouths makes sense to me. I wish I could shoot you right now.
What?
With a camera. I mean, an unsolved case finally gets resolved, and what do we get? A stray dog. I never get what the news loves about psychos.
Did they talk about me?
Don't get your hopes up. They're just saying you'll get your sentence after tomorrow.
Are they talking about you?
Who, me? Yeah, detective nails unsolved case shut. That kind of stuff. Basically, I'm the employee of the month.
Congratulations.
Here's to you, kid. So how do you feel about the sentence? Ever considered what they'll choose? The parents and friends of the victims will be there. The judge is probably going to lynch you. figuratively speaking, of course. It's a two-way street, kid. Either it's going to be a lifetime sentence or the chair. What do you think?
Do we still have a minute or two left?
Sure.
Did you catch a lot of bad guys?
Sure.
How many did you kill?
I lost count.
Did I just kill 3?
Just counting the ants and cows, of course.
But still,
I'm the law, kid.
ever looked at a mirror, kid?
Okay, we're done for today.